Today's episode is sponsored by Shroom Bar.
Warning, do not eat Shroom Bar if you plan on being a lazy sack of
That's because it's packed with a 2,000 milligram mushroom blend designed to beat your laziness to a pulp. It tastes like a brownie that made love with sea salt and hits like an energy drink without the bullshit. Shroom Bar gives you the perfect blend of focus and energy without the hassle. Just grab, go, thrive.
What it do, what it don't do.
What's up?
It's your boy Easy. Steezy is not here for the first time in the history of this podcast. Kind of weird not having my right hand man with me, but told him that we had an interview that he couldn't make, and I was like, well, the event's tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and record this one without you. And of course, he understood, but today's guests will be representing Team Red for Pro League Network's Friday Night Fight Gauntlet. Steve Minski, thank you for coming on the podcast, brother.
Absolutely, man. Happy to be here.
So I'm very, very ignorant to a lot of this stuff. I try to do as much research as I possibly could. I mean, this is an MMA podcast, so this would be considered an alternative sport, I guess you could say, but you did do MMA prior to doing this, correct?
Yes, sir. And I still do MMA.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yes.
Nice. You're doing both.
Oh, I'm a martial artist. That's what I consider myself.
Okay. Hey, that works for me.
If it's violent, I'm probably in it.
So are you still active in mixed martial arts?
I'll say this. We can get into touching up on that, but I went underground for quite a while, for I'll probably say about 3-4 years, and just went ghost. And people thought, I was done. I wasn't fighting no more, and that wasn't the case. I had to go, self-reflect, get this all right, and get the body tuned up. And I had to be in the right place, the right mindset, and found the right coach, Danny Dring, out of Living Defense Martial Arts, and he's a legend himself. And took him under my wing, or he took me under his wing, luckily. And we've been doing it training under him for about the last 3-4 years now. And actually we're planning probably September 5th as my breakaway, as in popping back in and showing out. I had a fight what was it? It was like a month ago. It was real recently, and my opponent didn't show. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Didn't even pull out of the fight, just didn't show up the day of?
Man, I did everything right. Cut weight, did the whole advertising. I did all of it, man. And we show up to weigh-ins. I step on a scale, pass, everything's golden, and I'm sitting there waiting around, looking around like, where's my boy at, And I've been in this for a while, man. I've been doing martial arts for over a decade, and I kind of know what it is, and I kind of got that gut feeling. I'm like, man, this guy probably ain't gonna show, but I gave it, the best of honor in that, and I'm sitting there because he's coming from Louisiana to Arkansas, and I'm sitting there thinking maybe it's one of those. He shows up the day of, steps on the scale, and comes fight, but I get the message from from the promoter, and he's like, yeah, the guy's a no-show. He ended up canceling because he had car trouble. So
That's a bummer, man. I've heard of people pulling out of fights, but I've never heard of anybody just call, no-showing to a fight. That's pretty wild.
Dude, it's serious. I mean, my first fights ever, it was no call, no shows. I think I had 4 people back out in the first fights, and then it sucks. And then you take me where I have over 20 fights under me, and it's like I've been MIA for 3 years, but now you got to find the right opponent that will step up. because you got to knock the ring rust off, but at the same time, you're going to show up to fight that experience. So
yeah, 100%.
Not everybody wants to be a fighter.
Yeah, it's pretty grueling so it's no joke. So back to the Pro League Network. Um, how does one go from MMA to this transition right here? And again, I'm pretty ignorant. I try to do as much research as I possibly could in the time span that I had, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff I'm unfamiliar with. So if you could like break down this gauntlet a little bit better for the people at home.
So how this all happened for me falling into it, at least, was it was a random, hey man, what you doing? Nothing. And I was like, you want to come do jiu-jitsu in a car? And at first I was kind of like, man, this is what? Like crazy. And he's like, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's car jitsu. He's like, you get in, you both start with seatbelts on, first person to sub the other guy basically wins. And at first it was one of those kind of like gimmicky things I thought, and I couldn't take it too serious. But after, getting in there, playing in it, dancing in it, and really feeling it out, it's a different world, man. I wasn't expecting it, and I really do think it's going to blow up bigger than what it already is. It's one of those rare gems that you don't really see much, but it's a real life event, man. It's something that, like, if you were getting carjacked, who's walking out of that situation? Are you going to be able to get out? And that's what it was to me. And they said you could use seat belts and you could use anything in the car as a weapon. And like I said, man, I like the violence. And then, I started getting my wins under it, and I got real liking it. And they got a following, and I was like, this might be a good golden opportunity to kind of get my name back out there. If I can't get a fight, like crap, I'll beat somebody up in a car. Like,
hey, I feel it. I actually watched a couple of your events in the car earlier today, just to get a better feel of it. I didn't want to come into this like completely blind, but I was watching it and I was just like, oh my God, I can't even imagine how hot it gets in that damn thing.
Brother, it gets over 90 degrees in there. You get to huffing and puffing.
I was thinking about the heat. That's all I was thinking about. I was like, oh my God, that's got to be so.
Takes away all the oxygen too. Like, you're in that confined space, glass breaking, and you have random things like poking you, stabbing you, hitting you. You got your face getting smashed here, your neck going here. And what sucks is I'm 6'2". I don't belong in a compact car.
Same height as me. I would not fare well. One, I don't have a great jiu-jitsu game for starters, and two, I don't do well hot. I don't do well in cars.
That's the funny
tiny
thing,
compact cars like that.
We get all these jiu-jitsu guys that come in and they're like, I want to do it, and they think it's just going to be a jiu-jitsu match, and that's the irony in that, man. You get in that car, you could be a black belt in this car. That don't mean nothing. That does not mean nothing in this. What I've learned real quick, and I tell everybody that starts getting in this, is throw everything out. It's who's the most violent, who's the quickest. That's what it is, and you got to have a certain mindset for it. You can't have everybody getting in there, because if you got a soft mindset, man, I'll eat you. I'll eat you alive in there. That's for anyone at that matter. You've watched them, and the audience is probably checking this stuff out, and you can see how quick it gets real nasty in there, man. And you can't have sympathy in there. It's the fight business, man.
Yeah, so I was watching. I don't remember your opponent's name, but you were on top of him, and it didn't even look like you had him in a submission, and he just tapped. And I was like, he just tapped a heat exhaustion, or maybe you had him in some kind of a choke, but I couldn't tell from the angle it was at. But yeah, that does not look fun, and it definitely looks like a grueling sport, man. Like, that's why I prefer to use the term alternative sport, because it's not out of the ordinary, but I mean, it is indeed a sport. And I was one of those ones who were like, this shit is
right,
kind of ridiculous, but when I really took the time to watch it today, I was like, that shit's no joke, bro.
It ain't,
and
man.
not anybody would be able to just go in there and do that. And I'm still a little shaky on the whole slap thing, but that's just because me personally, I have a
You and
weak
me both,
stomach, and
brother.
I can't watch somebody just get cracked like that. Like I can't. I mean, and I'm an MMA fan as well, but even then, I don't like to watch a fighter be unconscious and still getting
Unnecessary.
repeated blows to the head. You know, so I
Right.
just have a weak stomach, man. That's all it is when it comes to that. But I still stand by. I don't like the fact that somebody's just standing there while.
Can't
I
defend
mean,
yourself.
you can't defend yourself. That's what I'm not a fan of. But you gotta be a savage just to walk in there and just say I'm gonna willingly allow you to do this. You
I
know.
got respect for all the cats that out there doing it. I'm not gonna do it, but like, man, it takes a certain mindset, and my mindset ain't there.
Which leads me to my next point. So the slapping portion of it is not part of the gauntlet.
Not that I know of, man. There's not much I'm told. So I'm
Oh
kind of
wow.
I'm just a pro league athlete. That's what I am. I'll get in there and what they tell me what they're doing, I do it. Now, you know, it's they told me it's a gauntlet, and that's about it. It's a timed event. So I ain't got much to it to be able to. If I had the information, I'd give it, but I just know it's going to be a mixture of things and a mixture of events, and I think they've dropped some breadcrumbs to kind of give some clues to the audience. And I have
Yeah,
a feeling there's
I saw a video. I did see some kind of tire event, and
yep,
then I did see a chopping, like a chest chop event.
yep. As far as I
Is
understand,
that part of the gauntlet?
so from my assumption, and this is again, don't take my word for it. I read a post earlier. They posted about there was 5 events, and this is kind of I would say the main structure of what Pro League Network is. The events
Okay.
or the series of the Friday night fights is you got your slap fighting, you got your car jitsu, you got your tire wrestling, and then you got your coffin wars, and then you got that chest chop. So, man, I wouldn't be shocked if it's like, yo, you got to get in and do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Kind of like a let's see how fast you can get through it all. Go through the
Oh my
whole
god.
shebang.
Oh my god. I
I'll
gotta
give
tell
you
you.
this. I'll take one slap to the face, but we ain't doing no more after that. Like, all right, you got yours done. We're not doing it.
So if they did ask you to compete in the slapping portion, you would, to a certain extent.
Man, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a little underground secret here. So about before slap fight kind of blew up to what it was, the promoter came to me and he looked at me and dead in the eye. He's like, hey, man. He's like, you know, I was a part of his team and everything way back. And he's like, would you do the slap fighting? I looked at him and I said, I had a little fewer words or lesser flavorful words said to him. And I'm just like, there's not a chance in hell you're going to let me stand there and let another man slap me. I'm like, I'm coming back with something. It ain't going to be a slap. But it's now again, you know, money talks.
Yeah.
You tell me to give me a good little, you know, 5-6 figure payday. I mean,
So let's say hypothetically tomorrow they approach you and say, you want to participate in the power slap portion and make it worth your while financially. You doing it?
oh man, it's got to be that one and done. That's that. Like, let me go, just take a retirement for a little bit. Let me go sit on it for a little bit and just nest egg it. That man, because that to me, this is the thing about it is. You're taking that blunt force, and I got all respect for these cats, and that might be all they have. I don't know. It's entertaining. That's why it's popular. It's just the CTE.
Yeah.
I got a daughter, and you know, and I arguably say that it's not any different than, you know, the damage you take from boxing to an extent. But I was going to say there's some grounds with that because. You know, you look at the boxers, man, they get to 40, 50 years old and they're shaking and the brain damage all up there. They're not themselves. Like,
yeah. And they were taught to defend their entire careers,
exactly.
you know?
Now taking it blunt to the head, you're taking concussions, man, and
Yeah,
it's only every fighter, no matter if you're slap fighting or what, every fighter, the dog knows his day, and you get to that point where it's just like, how much more can I take? You know.
Yeah, and I feel like the power slap or the slap leg thing, you kind of expedites that process. Like
Right.
I would imagine it's hard to not get knocked out when you're just standing there as
And
opposed to actually trying to defend it.
that's
And I'm
why
not trying to knock it. You got to be a savage
that's
to
why
do
I
it.
try
But
to give them the respect they get, but it's a certain mindset, man.
yeah. And
I mean, you're doing damage to it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I totally respect and understand your your stance on that. How about the chest chopping? Are you good with the chest chopping?
So here's the funny part about that. I told them, because they send it out to like X amount of athletes and like, hey, we're going to pick who we want to do and this and that, and tell us what you're interested in. And I put my name in the hat.
Oh man.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy on that, but I'm like, what do you mean? They're just slapping you in the chest. We used to do that in high school in the locker room, man. Give you old 5-star.
Now here's the funny thing about that. I wrestled on the independent circuit for many, 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 many years.
What's your stage name?
Andre Easy.
Oh, we're gonna have to find that.
Oh, you got me on IG. I got plenty of videos on there. But the one thing I detested the most in wrestling, I'd rather take a chair shot to the head than take a chop to the chest. And I know that sounds nuts, but I do not like getting chopped. And getting chopped is a very common thing in wrestling, like getting the knife edge chopped to the chest. Like when I saw that, I automatically got a war flashback when I watched a little video of your guys' event for tomorrow. I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, these dudes are big as shit too. I was like, yeah, no, could not. I would take one. I would take one and throw in the towel. And it's like in wrestling, it's very frowned on if you try to like block it with your hand or flinch when it's coming, and like you'll get it worse for that. And I'm just like, oh, there's a league for this now? No, I don't. No. I could not personally. I could not, man. Like I remember the first time I ever got chopped in the chest. The dude who chopped me said he almost started laughing because he said he had to turn it off real quick because he saw the pain on my face and it almost made him break character and start laughing. But he shook it off real quick. But yeah, I am not a fan of chops. And in wrestling, if you tell somebody, which I learned is you just don't do anymore. I started wrestling when I was a kid. And when I would tell people I didn't like getting chopped, it would just make them chop you more. Yeah, you don't tell people that. So you got the let's talk about the tire. What is it? The tire, is it tire wrestling?
So yeah. So I haven't got to participate in this yet, but back in the day, it's crazy that the idea creator of all this kind of stuff. His name is JT Tilly, great dude. He's the one that basically came up with all these ideas, and to me, his inspiration comes from just messing around in the gym. So like when I used to train under him, we always had this big old tractor tire right there. And one of our drills for working out was tire wrestling. And the goal was you had to basically, you had to keep one hand on the tire and you had to get a hold of your opponent and somehow dump them inside the tire. And whoever got dumped in it, lost the match. And somehow, this crazy man decided to make it a worldwide entertainment now, and people are doing it. But I'll tell you, that's a little more my speed, and I enjoy it. It's wrestling, But yeah, it's kind of what it is. It's pretty intense though. It can get brutal though. It's all about that mindset. Who's got that heat behind them, and how bad do you want it? So.
Yeah, a lot of these are very, very outside of the box. And I'm just like, man, to come up with all this shit is kind of wild. But you go on the internet these days, you'll see a lot of crazy sports these days. Like there's one I saw in like a foreign country where they were just like slapping each other in the chest like over and over. It wasn't like chest chopping, but I don't even
Yeah,
know how to describe it, man. They had like one hand here, and with the other hand, they were just like back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, I don't even know what the objective was, but I was just like, I
brother,
was I
it's
was entertained nonetheless. I couldn't stop watching.
it's 2025. Everything's online. Everything's in the inner space, and yeah, they. I'm not surprised by anything anymore, man. It's hard to. Yeah, the world is gone crazy.
So how many people are to a team in this event?
Oh man, I don't quote me, but I think it was either 5 to 8, roughly. I think people were on each team,
Oh wow.
and I think we have don't quote me on this, but I think there's about 6 teams, and we're the
Yep.
best. Yeah,
Yep. Team
so
Red. All
Team
right.
Red.
I love it. I love it. Trying to think of what else.
I
We
wasn't.
went.
I'll shoot you down to Karjitsu. I haven't represented my team in the best outlook for the last 2 matches. I went against. What's funny is the 2 people that I lost to are my first. I think are my they're my first 2. Well, minus one other cat. They're 2 of the 3 losses I've ever taken, and in the car. And Leroy Davis and Zach Moore are the only 2 people that were able to beat me so far in the car. And it's questionable whether Leroy beat me or not. I mean, it was to me, these are technical difficulties in the car. Leroy, if you go and watch, he got a little mauling from me and just caught me in a bad place, and somehow ref stopped the fight. I wanted to keep going. And then the
Did you
last
tap
one,
or?
yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, I'm 6'2", man. They put us in the back seat, and when you get stuck in that little box, man, you can't move.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the whole match, I was just tearing it up, and then I think I took one of his dreads as a souvenir, and ended up in the back seat. And here's me, just kind of smushed, and I can't move. I can't go
Yeah.
nowhere. So it's like,
Yeah.
where am I going? I can't do nothing. Time was short, and when it goes into time, it's a matter of who gets the best position. And I couldn't move. Now, my second one, I can arguably say it was questionable against Zach Moore, and that was the most recent event for me. I went to sleep.
Oh man.
I didn't know. I missed the rules meeting. I was running on 2 hours of sleep. I showed up in the middle of the match. I decided to take a trip to the astral realm and consult with some ancient warriors on how to win these. And I came back, and everybody's like, "You're done." And I'm looking at the ref like, "Round 2, right?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Round 2?" And he's like, "No, you went to sleep." So I was like, "All right."
Can't argue with that. They got to protect you too.
Yeah, and that's where I get that, and the reality of it, it's I'm a big stubborn fighter. It's one of those blackout before tap out, and
Yeah.
he jumped on me. I didn't get off on my reset quick enough, and I'm sitting here holding on it, and I'm thinking, we got short time. We got less than 40 seconds. We'll just sit and just kind of ride. Well, I decided to take my arm and go to push him up, and all I hear is the windshield just spider web out and crack. And I'm like, well, that just happened. And right when I did that, I think it just gave him enough room and enough leverage to kind of just tighten it up. And
Oh man.
I went to sleep. I remember me coming to, and I'm just like shaking, and I'm like, okay. I look at the ref, and I'm like, round 2? And they're just like, no. Because in my mind, I was thinking, like, if I to understand the rules so far in Karjitsu, you get total of 3 rounds plus an overtime.
Mm-hmm.
You can win the first if no one gets a sub in the second. Whoever won that round wins the whole match.
I see.
If nobody gets a sub in the first or the second, you go to the third. You go in the back seat, so it becomes a whole dogfight in the back seat. But if, say, I get the sub in the first round and you get the sub in the second round, we still go to the back seat.
Oh, man.
And then if you go to the back seat, it goes for 3 minutes, and it's kind of jiu-jitsu rules if anyone knows about the jiu-jitsu rules. So it's about 3 minutes, and then when the time's up, you go into sudden death or overtime. And at that point, because, there's only so much you can do in a car, it's whoever gets the dominant position and holds it for about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Match is over. Because,
That's all
again,
it takes.
Yep. And in my mind, I got subbed. So I was like, oh, okay. Let my brain and oxygen come back real quick. I got round 2. Let's get in the second round. I got to get my dub back. But, I get it, though. Like we were talking about slap fighting, man. CTE. It's a real thing.
Yeah. 100%. I'm just glad that people are taking all that into consideration these days, and you never want to see anybody take more damage than they, like, as much as I love certain fighters, there's definitely a lot of fighters that I would not like to see fight again, just based on the fact that they you could just tell by their speech patterns and the way they articulate, like, they're not, it's not all there anymore, and it's just like, why keep doing that to yourself? But then there's people who need the money, so it's like, I can't really fault you if that's all you've ever known. So it's just one of those double-edged swords.
A lot of it, as us men, it's that ego, man. It's example for me in the car. Most people would have tapped, and now if I would have known the rules, if I would have went to sleep, I couldn't continue. I probably would have tapped and took my second match or second round.
Yeah.
But it's one of those. I'd rather die on my shield, man. Like, it's the glorious death, and that's kind of how I see a lot of the fighters look at it as, and sometimes there is those people who have to you have to have that extra person step in and be like, hey, this is not good. You can't continue. It's not the best time. And again, that goes back to protecting the fighters and protecting the athletes and making sure you can still wake up the next morning. Cause again, a lot of people still have day jobs, man.
100%. And as a competitor, you want to be mad at the ref, but at the same time, it's their job to protect you. So you can only stay mad for so long, I would imagine, It's their job.
Oh, yeah.
Well, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I really, really appreciate you having you on here. I wish you all the luck tomorrow. If you want to let the people know where they can tune in, including myself, because again, I'm very new to this, but I definitely will tune in to watch you.
Absolutely. Just give it all out, man. It's Friday Night Fights. You can catch it on Facebook, Instagram. It's all on all the social medias. It's on Pro League Network. But the ideal place that you're going to find it is go to YouTube, search Pro League Network, and it'll be right there. It'll probably be the first one live streaming. And
if it's free on all these platforms too?
As far as I understand, yeah. I've always sent my links out, and it's all YouTube. And YouTube's always been crystal clear. We've had it on Stadium and things like that. And actually, if I remember correctly, don't quote me again, you might be able to catch it on ESPN as well. I've seen they've played some of our stuff.
Well, damn. Coming up in the world. Love it.
Yep.
Again, man, best of luck to you, man. And maybe we'll get you back on here after your win. We'll see.
Hey, brother.
If you're down.
I'm all down for it. Like I said, September 5th. I'm ready to put my foot in someone's teeth.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm excited for that, too. 1 month away, man. Awesome, man. Good luck to you, brother.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
You too.